Good morning, my dear loving children. In this session, I would be discussing some of the feedbacks which I got from you. Some of the students they wrote me back. Some of them posted their comments on video, YouTube, as well as Facebook. I have jotted down few of the suggestions and the inquisitiveness. I'll try to answer one by one so that that becomes a very good feedback for you. Rather, a feedback mechanism is established so that you can keep on asking me your queries, and I would be able to answer and satisfy you. But there is a very simple suggestions that you don't give me call, because if you keep on ringing me, I would be not having my quality time, you know, to be spent for some other useful purposes. I would be just bogged down in some of the minor works, or not minor works, merely attending your calls, because I have other lot many works to do. Now I'll take few of the suggestions which I got, or suggestion you can say feedback, comments also, in form of appraisal of my speech and your feedback. One Mr. Bajesh, I don't know which batch Bajesh belong to. He has written, sir, मैंने आपका पूरा बात सुना हूँ और मुझे काफ़ी अच्छा लगा सुन के, मैं आपका एक स्टूडेंट हूँ. Please keep me motivating like this. Thank you, Brajesh. I don't know which batch you were in, and I cannot recognize you from your face. Maybe that you must have grown up, and surely you must have grown up. And so by facial countenance, I am not able to make which batch you were in. But wherever you are, my child, I just love you, and it's very nice to see you this way. You gave me a comment, and that comment so valuable, and that keeps me motivating that I should always be reaching my children time and again in different format with lot of contents. Next is Kumar Chandu. Kumar Chandu, thank you, sir, for motivating our country and our lovely Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and to suggest corruption-free leaders. Kumar Chandu, let me tell you one thing, not one thing, let me tell you a lot of things. This country requires person like you. Don't, somebody has said, I think it was in American Parliament, Senate, discussion was going on, somebody asked, everything has to be done by the countrymen, everything has to be done by the leaders. But somebody very rightly pointed out, countrymen, you should not ask what country has done for you. You should ask yourself what you are doing for the nation, or what you have done for the country. Similarly, if we simply keep on harping that our leaders are bad, they are corrupt and this and that, that shows what kind of population we are living in. After so-called transfer of power, we have not been able to synchronize our education system with the ethos and the values of our society, our country. Our country is a very traditionally rich country. Our Sanatan Dharma is so rich. It is vibrant with lots of values. Those values were eroded when British education started. British education pattern, preferably and notably that English pattern, it was bereft of that content and the cultural, ethos. It was not imbibed in this language. It was merely a language for communication. But had it been mixed up with our own cultural values, that is, what Sanatan Dharma is really all about. Because India is a civilization which is hundreds of thousand years old. It has very enriched traditions, and those traditions are truly reflected in the language. जो हमारे देश के जितने भी महापुरुष हुए, तुलसीदास, सूरदास, कबीरदास, जितने भी हुए, वो बड़े बड़े लोग, संत पतंजलि, आपके चरक, ये जितने भी महापुरुष हुए, संत हुए, जोगी हुए, ऋषि मुनि हुए, इन्होंने अपनी लैंग्वेज में अपने बच्चों के लिए कुछ भेजा. लेकिन अब बचाओ, हमारी लैंग्वेज को ही काट दी गई, तो एवरीथिंग वाज कट ऑफ. As you know, once that umbilical cord has been disconnected, a child is, not getting the supplements of food, and he or she dies. Similarly, the language was separated from our own cultural ethos, and once that language was different, so we merely developed certain expertise in language, but not in the cultural values. So that kind of, there was total anomaly. What kind of leaders that we are going to produce? It was really very bad that after so-called transfer of power, we could not adhere to the principles and kind and the likes of leader like Subhash Chandra Bose or Patel. But we developed kind of sycophants and someone who was bent upon destroying the fabrics of my country, our country, your country. My dear loving children, you are the future builder of the nation. Today, if you study along with the culture, you study the very roots of our country and the traditions of our country, then you will realize how rich we were and how impoverished we became over a period of time. So we need to emphasize, we need to spend some time on our children so that we can educate them timely. Consequently, we expect that our children would be the builders and makers of my country tomorrow. Now let me come to next question posed by Navneet Singh. बहुत बढ़िया सर, सारे ढोंगी और पाखंडी बैठे हैं वहाँ सारे सर बोर्ड के बच्चों को बोर्ड के परीक्षा के बारे में कुछ बताएं। बोर्ड परीक्षा आ रही है, उस टॉपिक पर भी एक वीडियो बनाएं। माय डियर नवनीत, आई रिकलेक्ट योर नेम, आई रिकलेक्ट योर फेस. Thank you very much for your suggestions, for your feedback, and definitely I have lots of words to speak on what kind of preparation that you should be going. The first thing is that you believe in yourself. Never lose confidence that very big thing is coming. Nothing very great is coming. Something which you have studied in the chapter, that therefrom something is going to be asked from you, and it is 10th and 12th. This is not the last examination of your life. In my case also, in our experience, I have seen those children who are very good in 10th and 12th, but later on they relaxed. They could not succeed. And some of the children who were not so good in 10th and 12th, but they persistently labor hard, they became successful in later stage of life. So, at this stage, the pinpointed question which you have asked for, that examination is coming nearby, and what sort of preparation that we should undergo. My suggestion would be that you should always be in a healthy practice of writing. More you write, the first time you have read the entire chapter, then at the end of it you are having exercises. Keep on practicing those exercises by writing question and answers, and try to remember, try to memorize those things by writing. There would be dual benefits. You are writing as well as you are just looking into the textbook and what kind of material, what kind of matter that you are going to answer in. The question which you are answering while writing, that is the perfect way of learning, and also one of the best methods to gain lot of confidence. Examination is how to beat the examination fever or the fear, the psychosis of fear. If you overcome the fear psychosis, I think you have won the whole battle. And when you have practiced enough, then you start reading it. It's not possible for you to always keep on writing. So maybe that you are having some kind of a moment when you feel totally exasperated. You can just walk, you can stroll for a while, you can just simply amble in front of your house, on the terrace, on the rooftop, and start memorizing those things. It becomes very easy for you to memorize. Always try to remember, read in the night. Before you sleep, just try to revise for a while. While you go to sleep, sleep is a very good exercise, and that is a very good brain exercise. Once you relax, you are relaxed. In the morning, you will remember that whatever you studied yesterday night is crystal clear. So you should be having three things simultaneously doing for preparing for examination. First is that you should have thorough reading practice. You just read once, twice, thrice the chapter which you are trying to understand, and then go for its exercise. Reading and doing exercise simultaneously by writing, that gives you very good practice. If you do that, it would be wonderful. It would be just wonderful. Process of gaining a lot of confidence. Once you are in a position to gain confidence, while you appear in the examination, sit in the examination hall, your body will not tremor. It will not, shake your hands and legs. It is seen normally in the examination days that most children are having fear psychosis. पता नहीं कौन सा क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा, कुछ भी नहीं आएगा, जो भी आएगा किताब से ही आएगा, और जो नहीं आता है forget it. Try to write whatever you have remembered. After all, your teachers are just like your parents. They would be having that much of capacity to gaze whether the child has really learned or endeavored to learn something from the chapter. And CBSE is very candid. They have given those what is called reference. They are saying that even if the child attempts something, encourage them by giving some marks, so that, because 10th and 12th is not the last examination. Of course, in new education policy, you are going to education policy is not having 10th board at all. The last and the first board would be 12th. Then you are straightway catapulted to graduation and post-graduation. That's a different thing, but that shall start from 2022. But as of now, you have to undergo these kind of exercises. Like this corona period, most of your classwork has been damaged. Entire session has been truncated to a minuscule few months. So even though whatever time is left, I think your mental faculty and thinking process is under that stage of maturity that while whatever online education and whatever guidelines that have been given to you in the truncated syllabus, it would be sumptuous for you to score better marks. So read more, write most, and try to reverberate whatever you have read and written. That would be very, very good exercise for you to prepare for your examination. This is in a nutshell which I wanted to say. Apart from that, as usual, I have been talking to you regarding some of the issues in our country that we have been taught wrong history, and our correct version of historical perspective was, kept away from the children. So, in that sequel, now I am going to give you one example. Swami Sardhanand Saraswati. You must be knowing, or by now, you must not have heard even the name of this great personality. He was one of the pioneers, disciple of Dayanand Saraswati. You know, Dayanand Saraswati is the same man who founded Aaj Samaj. He was the one who gave a disciplined look at Aaj Samaj. What is Aaj Samaj? Aaj Samaj is a sect within Sanatan Dharma which rejected idol worship, and they prescribed what is called monolithic worship of God. That God is only one. So different and divergent views was rejected. And this man was having great service to the nation. He not only started a process of proselytization under Hinduism, but he unilaterally also started a process of Sudhikaran. What is that Sudhikaran? Under the prowess or coercive power, the brute force, those who were belligerently converted from Hinduism to Islam, he gave a safety valve and a backdoor entry into Hinduism back. That is called proselytization in Hinduism. But nowhere in NCERT books this great man's name is found, just because of the priorities of the people. They never wanted great personalities' name to figure out in the pages of the history. So, my dear children, it is just not like giving you spoon feeding, but it is just to give you some of the facts that you must look into some of the encyclopedias. These days, we are having open videos available on YouTube. You just write Swami Sardhanand Saraswati and you will get a lot of things to know. The worst thing and the most important thing which I just wanted that my children should know, the tragedy and irony of our own people, that he was murdered by a Muslim fanatic. Why did he murder him? Just because he was very truthful to his religion. Sanatan is one religion which never talks of any kind of hatred or ill will against other. It always talks of everyone should live in harmony with other human beings. It always talks of peaceful coexistence. Those who have problems and those who always believe the principle of expansionism, they had lots of problem with this intellectual giant. He was murdered by Rashid Khan. And you know who was the advocate for that Rashid Khan? None other than Mahatma Gandhi. So it's a big question mark on Mahatma Gandhi himself. Why did he support a murderer who killed our great leader? Now I'm going to leave this thing on you. You have to find the name of Swami Sardhanand Saraswati on your own and find his attributes and contribution to the Indian society, Indian basic ethos, the ethos for which our culture really stands for. Now with this, once again I recapitulate what I said. My dear loving children, boards exam would be coming soon. You have to be focused, you have to be pinpointedly working for it without any tension. But you have to keep in mind that you are very smart and you know things and you can make it by the time examination comes. So only thing is that you have to have lots of exercises in form of reading, writing and speaking. That alone shall give you huge confidence to prepare yourself for the examination. Thank you very much.